working day, and we give the floor to the spokesperson of the Presidential Administration of Ukraine, Colonel Mr. Motuzyanyk. Hello, esteemed colleagues. We offer you information on the recent developments in the ATO during the recent 24 hours. The general condition within the ATO area is still complicated. The insurgents continue the armed provocations, but the intensivity is gradually reducing. The subversive and reconnaissance actions of the illegal band formations have been recently activized behind the enemy lines and within the infrastructure objects. Also, those hired by the Russian Federation were actively using the air reconnaissance within the Donetsk and Luhansk Oblasts. Our servicemen have registered 7 drones of the enemy. The insurgents are actively violating the Minsk agreements, using against our Ukrainian positions the armory prohibited by the Minsk agreements. During the recent 24 hours, there were 11 shellings with the use of 120 millimeters mortars and 3 shellings with the use of 122 millimeter caliber artillery. In the majority of cases, Ukrainian servicemen were answering properly. Within the Lugansk direction, the militants were the most active within Shchastia and Stanitsa Luhanska, as well as Krymska and Novotoshkivska settlements. The legal band formations were using mortars, grenade launchers, anti-aircraft mounts, and light weaponry. Within the Donetsk direction, the militants were most active near Horlivka, and namely Novohorodska and Lozove. Other hotspots included Avdiivka, Opytne, and Mariinka. Within the Mariupol direction, only one steel fire violation was registered. It took place near the Starohnativka settlement. At the very same time, in Shirokino, there were no shellings. During retreat of militants from Shirokino, the observers or the monitors of OSCE and Joint Center of Coordination and Control are working there. Almost all the residential houses and objects of infrastructure are destroyed. There are plenty of mines and booby traps. That is why the residents left this very settlement. After demining of the territory, here will be a supervision point of the Joint Center of Coordination and Control. A representative of OSCE mission expressed his hope that experience of Shirokino will be used along the whole conflict line. During the recent 24 hours, 5 Ukrainian servicemen were killed and 10 were wounded. Heavy losses are related to the incident which took place near Donetsky in Lugansk Oblast while performing their military duty. 5 Ukrainian servicemen were killed and 3 wounded in landmine blast. Currently, the incident is being investigated. Nevertheless, all those wounded are in the hospital. They are treated and nothing threatens their life. The insurgents continue destroying infrastructure of Donetsk and Luhansk. In Stanitsa Luganska, the gas pipeline was broken, was destroyed, and part of the city suffers lack of gas. Also, due to joint efforts of the repair brigades, the telephone line was repaired. So the telecommunication services are now received by residents of Petrivka, Shchastia, Novoaidar of Lugansk Oblast. The humanitarian assistance within the occupied territories is received only by the chosen ones. In the city of Ambrosivka of Donetsk Oblast, representatives of DNR illegal band formations granted humanitarian assistance to large families, but the recipients of such assistance included only those having membership card of so-called ruling party of DNR called Donetsk Republic. Ukrainian special services detained 2 insurgents in Cherkasy Oblast. The Security Service of Ukraine detained a local who appeared to be a member of the 1st Slavic Brigade incorporated into DNR illegal band formation. So he was recruited and he was promised free convertible currency. The detained confessed that he was serving in this subdivision and he was servicing the Grad motor launcher. He came back home to have a rest from the dirty work and he was detained there. Now the investigation is taking place. One more militant was detained in Svetohirsk, Donetsk Oblast. He was member of DNR illegal band formations. Apart from immediate participation in military action, he repeatedly came up to Kharkiv Oblast and tried to recruit locals there. Then he fled to Russia and after returning home he was detained. And we would like to remind you that today in Ukraine we celebrate Navy Forces Day. Plenty of sailors. First of all, we speak about those from special purpose units participated in ATO and were awarded with state awards. Despite of occupation of the Crimea, the Ukrainian fleet performs its tasks and defends the country. Thank you so much. That would be all as of now. Thank you, Mr. Colonel. Do we have questions? Anna Miroshnichenko, 5th channel. What is the situation in Shastya? We know that there were plenty of shellings. What was damaged there? The information on Shastya will be available later. We'll specify the information about destructions and victims. No, I'm not ready to answer. Do we have any other questions? So, no questions. Thank you so much, Mr. Colonel. That would be all for today. And please have a look at the schedule at our site.